Hello. On today's show, I'm going to talk about kids, pirates, and clones. And in that order, Mike says to tune in to see if he's read one of the hottest books going. And Pat says there is shadows on the horizon. Welcome. There it is. To your favorite live streaming whatnotting podcast, Comics and Collectibles in the Crawl Space by Exceller Comics. I am your irresponsibly caffeinated host, Kevin, and we've got a full house today. Mike is up first.
Oh. That caught me by surprise. I thought Pat was first.
It's right there on the screen.
I see that.
And then, of course, Mike, spoiler alert, Pat. Yeah.
Timing was off, but I'm here.
Yeah.
We make all the rules, so I don't think there's any such thing as timing. Oh, that reminds me of a great quote. Who said this? Somebody referenced this week. And it's one of my favorite Lord of the Ring quotes. A wizard is never early or late. He arrives exactly when he means to. Isn't that a great quote, Mike?
It is. I don't remember who.
Gandalf.
Well, yeah, I don't know who this week said that to you.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was either. I think it might have been at work, but that goes with the show. You know, nothing's ever done incorrectly or correctly. It happens exactly as we intended to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey, I don't know if you guys can tell yet or not, but Karen's here. Thank God she's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she did a crowd cheer when I first got here after the countdown, but she's having some computer issues today. So if there's any faultiness happening with the background stuff, it definitely won't be Karen's fault. It'll be her computer's fault. But I'm thinking it's going to be better than it was the previous weeks, regardless.
Yeah.
Right, Pat?
Yeah.
That's right.
That was all our fault. Our computers were money.
Yeah. Our computers were money. It was totally user error. Yeah. All right. So that's all the jibber jabber I got. Mike, you got any extra jibber jabber before we get into the segments?
Not a lot. I picked up a bunch of books yesterday. Finally, first time since December that I went to pick up my pool box, and I have a stack.
Is that right?
It won't even fit in the screen.
Shut up. Are you serious? That big?
No, I mean literally, it was a lot. It was like over $150.
Daggum.
Luckily, my wife doesn't watch the show. But I have to say, real quickly, I need to jump into Matt Fraction and Jimenez's Batman because it looks beautiful. It looks awesome, exciting. So look for that in the future. I'm going to jump in and start reviewing some of those.
Okay.
I'm going to beat you to it, Mike.
Dang it. That's all good.
Pat, did you have any extra tidbits before we get rolling here?
No. I'm ready to roll.
All right, cool. Let's do this. All right, sweet. First up, I have a recommendation. A recommendation by none other than Mike. I can't remember whether you mentioned this on this broadcast or not, Mike, or it might have been just personal or whatever. I can't remember, but I watched Adolescence on Netflix. Do you remember recommending this to me, Mike?
No.
Oh, this is the show that is filmed in one take, or it's filmed in one. There's no editing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember now. The poster made no sense to me, but yeah, I recognize. Is that Stephen Graham there? Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do you know anything about this, Pat?
No.
So that's solely why I watched it, because I thought that was extremely interesting. Are you based on how I described that? Are you tracking what I mean, Pat?
Yeah.
Like it's just filmed in one long take, you know,
The entire episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a streaming series. It's only 4 episodes,
Yeah.
and it's really clever how they do it. Like, basically, the scenes keep changing, but they'll follow one character to the next scene. That's how they kind of do it, you know. So
Yeah, like the character they're following will cross paths with the next one, and the camera will stay off of them and go follow the new one.
Exactly. So it's very interesting. So I like that. I like that aspect of the show a lot, and I think it was done really well. And the acting is really done well. But other than that, I hate this show, and I don't recommend it to anybody. The biggest reason is it lies to you in episode 1, in my opinion. So this is basically a murder mystery involving this young man on the screen. And in the first episode, well, let me restate that. This presents itself as a murder mystery surrounding events that happened with that young man on the screen. But this is not a murder mystery of any kind. This is an expose on male mental health, mostly young males. And that's not what I was watching this show for. But it's only 4 episodes, so I went through the whole thing to see if there was anything else to it, but there's literally not. And it frustrated the heck out of me. I hated it, and I was mad I wasted 4 hours. So I'm saving you the time to not have to do that, unless you're in the mood for a psychological expose on modern male psyche. It's man, I hated it. So I'm giving this 2 bags of popcorn. 1 because of the interesting cinematography or production, or whatever you want to call it, and 2 because the acting was good. That's my new to give a scale of 1 to 10, Mike. Gonna check.
I'm gonna say I agree with you. I'm hoping that I recommended it like right before we started it, or based on the first episode and how unique it was filmed, because that's what drew us to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time we got to the end, we're both like, that was just really a waste of time.
Yeah. It was so crazy how much of a waste of time it was. And spoiler alert, the end of the first episode kind of ends like a cliffhanger. But spoiler alert, it's not a cliffhanger. Literally what you find out at the end of the episode is the truth. And it's just, it's a waste of time to watch anything.
Watch the first episode and then you're done.
Exactly.
For the uniqueness of how it's filmed, that's pretty clever.
Exactly. That's a perfect way to do it. So, all right. Next up for me, I watched a pirate movie, which I was super excited to hear about this. I didn't even hear about it until yesterday. I had actually my 3rd movie was going to be a completely different movie than this. But when I heard about this, I was like, oh, I got to check that out. Because I'm a big pirate guy, Pat. You know that about me, right?
Of course.
So this actress, her name is Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Heard her, Mike?
No.
This is the lady here on the left. She was on Joe Rogan's show. One of the other three, that I make the joke. Your fourth favorite podcasters. It's Mike, Pat, and then Joe, and then me. But she was on Joe Rogan's show, and she was great. A little bit of plug for Joe. Go out and listen to Joe's latest show. This actress, she's completely pleasant to listen to, and her and Joe were really kind of hitting it off. I was actually thinking, man, if I was Joe's wife listening to that episode, I'd be mad because the chemistry there was so good. I love this woman just by hearing her on the show, and then when I found out her latest movie is a pirate movie, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
Right? So I booted it up, right? And this has speaking of Star Trek too, we were talking about Star Trek in the pregame today. This is Bones, Dr. McCoy. What's his name, Pat, from The Boys?
Carl Urban.
Yeah, he's a pirate. She's a pirate, and this is pirate stuff. So literally, there's nothing to this unless you're a pirate lover or you just want some good action too. I mean, this is definitely a good movie, but there's just nothing special. This is just a great pirate epic action movie. It's pretty gory too. But there's nothing special about this really. She used to be a pirate. Now she's a quote unquote living the normal life, and she used to be a pirate with him. And he basically forces her to be back involved with piracy for reasons. And that's the story. So there's really nothing deep to this, but I enjoyed it immensely. I think if going by the box checking, Mike, this might only be like a 6. But don't let that steer you away. If you're in for an action pirate movie, this is definitely good. But I guess by the new box checking rating, it's probably like a 6.
Well, I think real quickly with that we may have to put qualifiers in there. It's a 6, but it has these qualifiers that would normally bump it up or something like that. We'll discuss it.
Yeah, we got to tweak. Everybody stay tuned for a new tweaking system for rating movies and shows. But all right, then lastly, I watched Mickey 17.
This is on my list of really want to watch movies.
Which it's streaming free on HBO Max. I think it's streaming free on Prime as well, but I watched it on HBO Max. Pat, did you see this?
No, I did not.
You want to?
Kind of.
Well, let me try to talk you into it more. Oh, incidentally, the Bluff, the pirate movie, is on Prime, streaming on Prime, and Adolescence is streaming on Netflix. Anyway, I think Lexi saw this in theater, and whenever I heard her talking about it, I didn't know anything about it until she went and saw it in theaters, because I can't remember when this was out, but it totally went under the radar. I didn't hear any big to do about it, or maybe they failed with their advertising campaign. Do you know what this is about, Mike?
I've watched the trailer a few times. I think, he's got a job and it kind of gets replicated.
Yeah. He's basically a guinea pig.
Yeah.
In the future, where you can sign up to have this job, where you're called an expendable. Okay, so basically, anytime they need to send somebody to do something that is to sure gonna kill you, or it's a super high risk of dying, they send an expendable. And that's why he's Mickey 17, because he's died 16 times. And we experienced those first 16 times pretty quick in the movie. So the movie in general follows Mickey 17. And this is pretty funny. This stars Mark Ruffalo is in it. And then I don't know if I know any other actor actresses. I apologize if I'm forgetting somebody big, but those are the two
Robert
big.
Pattinson.
Well, obviously, yeah. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Robert Pattinson and Mark Ruffalo is the only other one I can remember of big names. But yeah, it takes place in the future. He's an expendable. They're going to space because of course, we're ruining the planet or running out of resources or whatever. So we have to find a new place to live. And that's how like 14 of his 16 lives die anyway, is because they go down to the planet and there's a virus that kills them immediately. So they have to make a vaccine. So every time they make a vaccine, they shoot them up with it and send them back down to the planet. And then it dies, and they make a new vaccine. They shoot him up with it and send him back down to the planet. That's how it went through like 14 of his 16 lives. But anyway, I give Mickey 17. Man, I think I could give this, even with the new box checking system, a solid 7, maybe even an 8. But this is good. I enjoyed it a lot, and even the ending of this is pretty solid too, and it asks a lot of serious ethical questions too. So check out Mickey 17 on HBO Max or Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure. So
Kind of like WD-40. The 40th time they tried to make it worked, I guess.
Huh?
WD-40.
What about it?
That's where the 40 came from. It was the 40th version of it that worked.
Really? Is that legit?
99% sure
I
that's
think,
legit.
yeah.
Karen, help me out here.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to dispute it. I can't believe that I'm no spring chicken. I've never heard that once before in my life. But you know what, Pat? I may have heard it. I just forgot. There's that.
Right.
Too.
That's the new go-to. Oh, yeah. I remember. I forgot that.
Yeah, clip that. Don't forget to clip that, Mike. All right, cool. Rolling right along.
Yep.
Went off perfectly. Mike, are you ready?
I am ready.
For
You
your
guys ready? It's a lot.
yeah. For your all new, all different intro.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect
All right.
editing.
Here we go.
Just noticed Mike's a big fan of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I know. It's so funny, Pat. You caught that. I totally. That's AI. The AI, the genius robot that's going to take over the world, can't even spell Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Because I had to actually request AI to make a graphic for that, and of course I spelled it right.
Yeah.
And that's what I got. Pittsburgh. Did you notice it, Mike?
I didn't.
Yeah. Pat's eyes, man. We're sitting here with glasses. He doesn't even have glasses in his eyes. He's like a hawk.
Yeah.
Hey Pat, I meant to ask you before. Don't start Mike's 10-minute counter
Yeah.
yet.
I was like reclaiming my time, like Congress or something.
Pat, obviously I talked about clones during my segment. What is your clone subtitle? What's that about?
It's all about the whole Jim Carrey thing that went on this week.
That's interesting.
Hold on.
Yeah, he ate a big archburger and
Shut up.
Yeah, for everybody that wasn't part of the pre-show, Kevin was unaware of the
viral arch
CEO
bite. Yeah.
taking a mini bite, which Patrick pointed out. That's a good thing.
right.
Because man, it'd be great to just unplug for a while.
So tell me about the Jim Carrey clone thing real quick.
And he was at an award ceremony in France, and everybody was claiming that it wasn't really him. It was a clone, and it was somebody using prosthetic makeup. I'm still not sure what the real answer is there.
I don't know. I saw pictures that he was signing with his right hand, and they said he's left-handed.
Yeah.
And then there was pictures of him after that event, and his hair was different, or something was different. Like he had a beard, maybe, or something impossible to grow in him. I don't know.
He's always spoken out against getting plastic surgery, and everybody's saying he has had plastic surgery now. And
it looks like him, but it doesn't look like him. And you're thinking, man, he's so distinct. He's got such a distinct look. You can't mix him up with anybody. But then you see that going, okay, that kind of looks like maybe not him, but it looks like him. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about any of that as well.
Yeah, it'll drive you mad.
Okay. All right, since we're on the subject of subtitles, Mike, what's yours about?
Oh, it's about my review.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We'll save that then. Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right, cool. So you're up then, Mike.
I'm really excited about. I'm changing what I'm doing. Normally, I was going to do books coming out 2 weeks from now, but it seems like the market's just going crazy, and you kind of have to be on top of things whenever they're open before final order cutoff. And I'm not. None of this is speculating. I'm just trying to save people money on some things that I think might, on the day of release, kind of maybe a little harder to get, might sell out, stuff like that. That's what part of this is. This isn't necessarily it yet, but I'm really excited for where Nightwing is headed. It starts with issue 136. Now, Dan Waters has been writing it for a bit, but this starts a new storyline. Dennis Cowan, starting with this episode, this issue is going to be the regular interior artist, which that's exciting for fans of Dennis Cowan's work. Jorge Fornes is doing the covers. So this starts a supernatural noir tale of urban folklore, which Dan Waters is a good horror writer. So I'm really excited for this. I'm going to start picking up Nightwing again. But so this 136 is 318, but I'm going to give you a little preview. These covers look fantastic. I'm sucked right into this whole thing. So we've got 137, 138. So if you're looking for something new with Nightwing, I think this is kind of going to be more in the horror side of things. So I'm a little excited for Nightwing right now.
Awesome.
So this one, story, art, and covers, all three worth getting.
The perfect storm of an awesome comic book. Got it.
Now this one it's kind of for characters and cover appearances. So we've got Wonder Woman 31, the D cover. We've got Matriarch is back. I'm not reading Wonder Woman. I have no idea who Matriarch is. I think she's cool character design. Her first appearance was 25, Wonder Woman 25, and the Daniel Sampier variant cover had her on it. I think it's great. This makes a fantastic pairing if you get that for covers. But also, looking ahead, I wanted to highlight more cover appearances that are upcoming. 32B, David Nakayama, amazing looking cover. And then 33, we've got her on 3, another Daniel Sampier, and then Chuma Hill and Mikhail Janin. Just great cover appearances for her. Hopefully she's a cool character and she sticks around.
I agree. She's awesome. She looks awesome. Pat, you probably know all about her, right?
I know nothing about her. She does have a cool design though.
Yep. So there you go. If you're looking,
does that just mean when did you say her first appearance was, Mike?
Issue 25. So it wasn't that long ago.
Oh, you aren't caught up on Absolute Wonder Woman then? Didn't you say that's your favorite?
This is regular Wonder Woman.
I thought it was Absolute. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
But that issue 25, I ordered it just for the cover. It's one of those ones. They reprinted it, and it's aftermarket stuff. It's selling for like 20 plus, so there's a little bit of demand for that. So she seems like a pretty cool character. So
man, that 33A is that's really cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Me and split covers, I'm not a fan of them. That's beautiful the way the reflection is on that.
Yeah.
So those are all on my want list. Okay, now we're looking way ahead to April because this looks really interesting to me, and I think it might be one of those that catches a little bit of fire. So we've got Corpse Night, I have a lot of information here, more on what covers to get. Basically, if I can remember, it's set in France. I think 1700s. Anyway, this little girl, her father is either killed or he's been dead for a bit, but he comes back as a knight to protect her. And what I like, okay, so Michael Chavez is the writer, and as far as I can find, this is the only comic book work he's done. I think he's a novelist. I meant to look into that more, but I didn't. Sorry. The art, Matthew Roberts. He did Manifest Destiny run, which I loved. It's fantastic artwork. So these are his covers. There's a lot going on with the covers here. I think this is, let me look. I think it's a mini series. I don't know if it's 4 or 6 issues yet. I'm hoping 6 because it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, those look awesome and sound, like you said, sounds fantastic. I'm in. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So these are some of the covers. Jay Lee, Mateus Vergara for issue number 2 or 1 and 2. No, yeah, 1B and 2B. I'm trying to like line up the variants because I like when they do themed variants, like they're doing here with the Tonsi Zonic. I've never heard of Tonsi before, but I love these storybook variants. They're the 1 in 10s, and I like whenever they do consistent themes. So I imagine there's going to be one of these through the whole series if you want to put a nice set together, like sets. And here's another one, Nimet Malvia for the 1 in 25s. So, you know, you're already starting at $25 a piece usually. A lot of stores, I don't know if they're going to be ordering 25 copies of this book. You just don't know. This is the stained glass variant for issue 1 and 2. And then we start getting into the 1 in 50s, Andrea Milana and Michael Walsh. I like Michael Walsh's artwork. He does a lot of good horror stuff. These aren't themed. I think they may not. Yeah, I see they're only doing issue 1 and 2. And then Stephanie Hans, she's got great, beautiful artwork. She did the Die series, 1 in 100 foil, and then the Matthew Roberts die cut. It's pretty horrific when you open it up. It actually has his face. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. And then Stepan Morian, new favorite artist of mine. He's doing Images having the I Hate Fairyland team up crossovers. So this is one and I. Be careful because there are variants to these variants because Scotty Young's I Hate Fairyland is an alternate title. There's actually a vulgar version of it, and they actually have the vulgar versions of these from what I've seen. So there you go. Wrapping it all up. Those are the books to look out for. I'm excited about Nightwing and Corpse Knight. Wonder Woman looks great for the character. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to be getting, and I'll review the Nightwing books.
Awesome, man.
There you go.
That was high speed, low drag, Mike. Dang, gum, that was awesome. I didn't even have a second to interrupt you. You know, I know. Do that. You didn't even take a breath, Pat. That was epic, wasn't it?
Yeah, can you go back to the Wonder Woman, one of the Wonder Woman slides there for a second? I think not that one. Does she have a Green Lantern ring? Is that what's going on there? Or...
Oh man, maybe. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Look at Pat and his attention to detail.
Pat is not. I'm going to start calling Pat Hawkeye.
That looks like a lantern, right?
It does. Yep, it does. But yeah, all those are all. You agree with these, with everything Mike's been saying about all these covers too, Pat? You feeling them too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like when I see them, like, oh, I'm going to get that one. Oh, wait, I want that one. I want that son of a gun. I'm not buying books for covers, but I'm probably going to buy these books for the covers.
This is why it's so hard to step into a comic.
Yeah.
Because even books I don't care about, I want to grab just because of the covers. Yeah.
Last night, Cora went with me to the comic book store, and she's like, all right, Dad, show me the good ones. I'm like, they're right there. All good. You just got to pick. They're all good.
Here's my question about that, though, Mike. That's a new story.
Which one?
The Corpse Knight, right?
Yeah. April. It comes out in April.
And they're coming out with 1 in 100 foil variants. How the heck does that work? They don't even know if it's going to be popular.
I don't know. That's the thing with when they do those small books like that, and they've got a huge variant, like a ratio variant. Stores aren't going to order 100. I mean, most stores. You've got your midtowns going to, even like DCBS. They're going to order a bunch. The bigger stores will. A Golden Apple, they're going to have that. But the local stores, I remember it was the Sacrificers. There was a 1 in 15 that I wanted. So I said, hey, can I have that variant? And they're like, we don't even order 15 copies to get it. Of Sacrificers. That's a Remender book, and so it's a slim pickings out there for some of these books.
There's something, like obviously all the things you laid out. They're sure this one's going to hit, I guess.
Well,
or we're going to see a whole lot of corpse nights and dollar bins. Or,
Well, there you go. Man, I'm really excited for Nightwing. Dennis Cowan, the Fornias covers, the Supernatural. Man.
Pat, do you feel like you just ran on a treadmill? That segment was so fast that I'm out of breath and worn out. That was awesome, Mike.
Good job, thanks.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, we need to shift this around for our next segment.
Yeah, slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, jeez.
All right, my review will be slower.
Mike, you literally kicked so much butt there. I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job. All right, cool. Here we go. Are we ready?
Yep.
I'm first, so I guess I'm ready.
Are you?
That's another thing I didn't even think about until just now when I started to think about what I'm going to say is, man, that's a tough act to follow too. And I'm next. Daggum. Anyway.
That's why we put Pat at the end with his toy thing, because now he wants to follow Pat. Hold on. My dog's having senior moments. He turned 11 the other day on the 1st. He turned 11.
Happy birthday to Beckett and happy birthday to Mark.
Happy birthday.
How old's Mark, Mike? Oh, he left. He left to deal with the dog.
Yeah, I was moving the dog. Beckett. He turned 11. He's like a crotchety old man dog. He's funny though. Marcus is 14 today.
The big 1-4. Exciting times. Exciting times. Anyway, I mentioned in the pregame, Mike, you inspired my review this week because I think it was in episode 1 of this latest season we're in. You mentioned that I was on a Spawn tear. So I went to see the latest Spawn I had. And Spawn's actually on 372. 373, I think, comes out next week. So 372 is the latest one released. This is the latest one I have. So I need to get a couple more to catch up, which I'm going to do for next week. But this is Spawn number 370. This is a B cover. This is an awesome cover, right?
Yeah, I like that creature in the background. Looks a little bit scary.
Yeah, this is what's going on with the current Spawn. Spawn and vampires are beefing. And I actually mentioned this when the last reviews I did. They did have the vampire. They were kind of in the mix at that point as well. But basically, Spawn is currently on top as far as fighting these vampires. But that's still currently what's kind of happening in this universe. Is Spawn's actually got an upgrade too. He literally has wings in this issue because there's someone that is doing experiments on vampires as well. There's actually a couple characters in this I've never seen before. It totally reminded me of Hellboy characters. What's the Hellboy guy that's aquatic? What's his name, Pat?
Abe Sapien.
Yeah, there's a guy that looks just like Abe Sapien. I don't have graphics, but I got the comic here. Check out that guy. Doesn't he look like Abe Sapien? Can you see that?
What guy?
Wait.
In the corner?
No, right here. Right here, this guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were off. He's off screen.
Oh, was I off? Okay,
Down,
yeah.
down, right there. Down a little bit more. I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's not a whole lot of meat to this, and it's going to take me a minute to get completely caught up on the story of where we are. But basically, in this issue, Spawn and vampires are fighting. Vampires have just currently been defeated, and they're kind of trying to make a comeback. And Spawn's saving this one vampire, which I don't exactly. It's a female vampire. I don't exactly understand why she's special, and he's saving her as of right now. Which, like I said, I got some catching up to do, which I'm definitely going to do so I can get back deep into Spawn. But he's got wings now too, and the art in this issue is awesome. I kind of feel like maybe I'm giving the story a little bit of a fail because I feel like reading one issue without me being interested, which obviously I am, to catch up or go back and kind of figure out exactly how the event. This isn't a good standalone issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know how obviously,
yeah,
comics fail with that because I'm not really tracking a whole lot besides for what I just said, which isn't enough to make that interesting by itself. So if I wasn't a big Spawn guy, I'm going to give this one a forget it. Just because if you're just looking for if you're just reading if you just grab this off the shelf and just read it, I don't think you're going to become a Spawn person either. You'd be like, what the heck is this? Look cool.
Yeah.
But, so I'm giving this forget it. If you're not a Spawn person, even if you're a Spawn person, it's just a get it. I don't know if it's a must have. Maybe I might retroactively change my review later, but I don't have a whole lot to say about it because of that. So,
yeah, I think it's kind of like which is better, the fact that it's it could be a really good long haul story.
Yeah.
7, 8 issues or 6 issues. It's really good, so there's a lot of value there. Or, there's just not too many standalone single issue stories anymore.
Yeah.
Which is what kind of built comics for the longest time with the underlying continuing story. But the main one was one and done. So have they done themselves a disservice by having these ongoing things? You can't just pick up an issue of Spawn 370, read it, and be fulfilled with a beginning, middle, and end. So
Exactly, yeah. Mike. Yeah.
I guess that's what the anthology books are for now.
Right. Yeah. And there's not even like a cliffhanger at the end to where I went, oh man, that makes me want to, nothing. It's just, yeah. All right. So that was easy. So I saved you all kinds of time for you guys to go over. Oh, incidentally, I will say this since I've got a little bit more time too, is I mentioned this in, I think, last week's show for the first time. You mentioned you saw me review this on this show and your favorite part of the show during the Whatnot stream. This will be a giveaway that I'll add to your first purchase. So
what's going to happen when it's a book that you really like?
I'm going to have to buy another one.
2 copies of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the giveaway. I really want to keep this one.
Right. So
yeah, don't do that with Corpse Knight.
Yeah. All right, Pat, what you got?
Well, I'd like to say Mike reminded me about this and made me read it, but he just reminded me this morning. So I don't think he really reminded me. It's Batman 1 and 2.
Yes.
By Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. $4.99 cover price. Number 1 came out in November of 2025. I think it's, well, I know it's number 7 just came out this week.
Now I get your comment before the show too, or was it at the beginning of the show, Pat? When Mike mentioned him, you're like, "I'll beat you to it." You literally, man.
Yep.
All right, sorry.
So, I was kind of, hit or miss on the Chip Zdarsky run. There was good things about it, but I always felt like, he got his run cut short because of Hush. But then the interviews came out and it seemed like that wasn't the case. And he was, it was a amicable handover to Matt Fraction because they're friends. And you can see a lot of the things that Chip did or was dealing with continued right along here with Matt Fraction's run. Because we pick up where things were left. Commissioner of Gotham City is Vandal Savage. James Gordon has been demoted. He's just an officer. Pennyworth Manor is the base of operations for the Bat family because Wayne Manor has been destroyed. Alfred is dead. And he's back, sort of, and he's in hologram form now. I think that's a new development. I don't recall that from the Chip Zdarsky run, but I could be mistaken. So number one is mostly dealing with seemingly reformed Killer Croc. I guess maybe even Arkham Asylum has been destroyed because there's this place called Arkham Tower in downtown Gotham, and that's where Killer Croc was being held. And the doctors were saying he's actually responding to therapy, and he seems like he's on the correct course here. But he escapes from Arkham Tower, and the cops are hunting him down, and Batman's hunting him down. And we also are introduced. Vandal Savage has a new meta task force, which is sort of rubbing the normal cops the wrong way. And basically at the end, Batman does track down Killer Croc. They take him back to Arkham Tower. And at the very end, Robin has an encounter with some thugs, and the police come upon the both of them, and he calls Batman for help, wanting to know if he has any friends on the police force. That's kind of where number one left. The art is really great, as you might expect. It was great in the Chip Zdarsky run. It continues here.
What do we think of this outfit? What do we think of this costume?
I mean, I like it.
You like it, Mike? You love it?
I love it. I love the gray and blue.
Yeah, it's in one of the big things. And I read like a short interview with Matt Fraction in the back, which, by the way, he mentioned he wants these all to be one and done stories every issue, just to piggyback onto what Mike was talking about just a few minutes ago. He likes to. It seems to be a running theme in both of these issues where they're spotlighting the tech. They'll say like the new Batmobile, and they'll talk about it, and they'll talk about Batman's glider and Robin's shoes and things like that. He's kind of getting a kick out of doing that. It is neat. We'll see if it wears thin though. Number two is basically a Batman and Robin story. There's a lot of flashbacks, and the Robin's Tim Drake, by the way. They do some flashbacks to when Robin was learning to drive. Batman starts him out on an old beat up pickup truck, learning how to drive stick before he can handle the Batmobile. And of course it pays off in the end because Robin has to drive the Batmobile.
Nice.
Like I said, Robin was at the end of number one. He was encountering the police. He actually tries to flee the scene, and one of the cops shoots him. Batman comes to Robin's aid, and basically the two officers getting two police officers, regular police officers, and they sort of have like a confrontation between the two of them. The one wants to take, because he's been told he wants to show the Commissioner Vandal Savage that the regular cops can do this job. They don't need this special task force, right? So he wants to take Batman and Robin in, and the other police officers like, come on, Batman has always tried to help us out. And so they kind of get into this standoff, and they end up trying to shoot each other. And Batman and Robin sort of jump in to try to save both of them. And they both both of the cops end up getting shot by each other, but not seriously wounded. And then the one ends up, when Batman thinks he's out of commission, he ends up blasting Batman in the back of the head with a shotgun. So
Dang.
yeah. So that's kind of where we left it. So the Robin is trying to get Batman some help because he's concussed. So yeah, these this is sort of like along the lines of the Godzilla a couple weeks ago, where it's like I better get on this and see if I like it. I kept getting the regular run after Chip left because it was transitioning over to the Hush. I read the first issue, was not impressed, and I just kind of been letting those build up as they slowly come out over the years. And so I figured I better try out, the new Batman and see what it's like. And so far, I'm pleasantly surprised. Well, I guess I shouldn't say surprised. I'm pleasantly happy with it. It's a definite get it. I'll probably catch up quickly with the rest of the issues I already have on hand. I imagine just like the Chip run, Jorge has, some backup helping him out. So he's probably on every issue, but when he is there, he's great. There's some really cool things in this issue, and check it out for yourself. It's really well done book, and it sounds like Mike's going to be checking it out. So
yeah, I'm excited.
Get it.
It's funny you mentioned the gadget stuff, because there were, and I almost got these, themes and sets of covers interest me. But he was doing gadget variants, so each cover had addressed another gadget. So yeah, that's kind of interesting that it's in the middle of the book too.
Makes sense. I'm getting there. It is the old man. No, that's
this is the
young man.
That's the young man.
Oh, he just unplugged.
Speaking of Batman, right there. Yep.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Matt Fraction really wanted to play up. He said we want to go tech heavy on this to his artists, and that's probably why they probably already had the artwork already done. It was probably done in preparation for the series, and they just turned it into a cover. Yeah,
that's funny. Since we're on Batman, yeah, our dog's name is Wayne, after Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
He's a good boy.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And on Batman, I think what Tom Taylor's doing at Detective looks really interesting too. We need to catch up to all of that. So I'm missing out on a lot of good Batman stuff right now.
So much to get.
Yeah.
All right, awesome, Pat. Great work.
All right, so I did not read a Batman book. I didn't even read any of the hot books like Bleeding Hearts or Nectar. I got them here to read. Didn't read them.
What?
I didn't read Dork, which I've got the second printing. But Patrick,
what?
I read, and I'm excited. I was excited for this. I read Sam and Twitch 21 in the Spawn universe because writer Thomas Healy and art Von Randall. I love this team, and I think I've only read. I think they've done three or four issues, and man, I hope they stay on this because I really like where it's going.
Did you read? Was your review 20 last week?
It was 19 and 20, not last week, but yeah, it was 19 and 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's where I think that's where these guys took over, and it was a whole new case. So, so we've got Sam is still having some mental issues with memories from an old case coming back to him, because if you remember, he has taken on some cases of from a retired detective, and in reviewing those, he saw some pictures that kind of were, I guess, connected to one of the first cases that Sam and Twitch had covered. So he kind of had a hunch. He went to one of the scenes from an old crime, and there was someone there, and he ended up shooting at them, and then it turns out there was no one there. Hence the Sam is seeing ghosts. It's like, did he just see a ghost, or what's going on? His mind is kind of slipping. But Twitch ended up showing up there, and we find out that he put a tracking app on Sam's phone just to keep track of him because his kind of mental state isn't 100% right now. I've got some interiors. The interior artwork is fantastic. I mean, who wouldn't want a partner like that? Look at that firearm. and reading, I never read the earlier stuff. I think his go-to was like he was kind of like dual wielded some semi-automatics, not this huge, revolver, which I kind of like the revolver, a little more dirty, hairy, like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Totally put you in mind of Dirty Harry.
Yep. So as we go, there was an eventful, bad situation dealing with the dog, dealing with some suspicious activity. They realized in talking to other detectives that showed up that more and more police officers are asking them about the cases that Sam had taken on from this Detective O'Shea was his name, this retiring guy. So they're kind of like comparing notes like, well, yeah, this guy's asking me and this guy's asking me. So they're kind of wondering why so many other police officers are interested in his cases. And previously I had said in the other issues, there seems like there was maybe some shady stuff going on. So this is I love this top panel. And like I said, this artwork is just so great to me. It's really moody, really gritty and moody. And this is kind of where they're talking about reaching out. They want to get a hold of O'Shea and kind of discuss some background on some of these cases. They end up going to his house. And when they arrive there, I can't show it because he kind of self-deleted and it's not very pretty. It's pretty graphic. But anyway, here's another great scene. It is reloading. This is the sketchy situation they were in when they were dealing with the bad situation. It's a big old firefight. So great artwork. When it's fast paced, it's action just panel to panel. But then when it's not fast paced with action, it's kind of nice and gritty, and they have good conversations. The dialogue's great. I recommend this, and I really hope these guys stay on the book for a long period of time, because as long as they're doing it, I'm getting it. So there you go. I like it a lot. And they did reference something happened in one of the other Spawn books. I guess Sam was taken hostage or whatever, and it says see one of the other Spawn books. I don't remember which one. But like, dang it, you're not getting me. I'm not going to go get that book. And
Yeah,
they
I think
suck me
there's,
into getting the whole Spawn universe is getting bigger and bigger. The thing focused. But I guess they kind of have to do that to keep it within the Spawn universe. There's otherworldly activities going on, but it's just a nice detective story.
Yeah, I thought there was more than 4, but there's actually only 4 running right now. Spawn, King Spawn, Scorched, and Gunslinger.
No, there's more. There's like Rat City and...
Well, advertised in this book, it said, look at all these great titles from the Spawn universe.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
They must not be great titles.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Attention to detail. The other books just aren't great. Yeah, there's a new... wait, what was She Spawn one?
She Spawns and Scorched.
Okay, She Spawn is coming out also. She's going to have her own title. So that's another one they're going to be adding.
Wow. All right.
Anyway, so this is a get it. I'm loving it, and I was excited to read it. Oh, and the cover. This is the bad guy. I can't remember what they're calling him. He's not in this issue at all, but he's like the A cover has him on it. He's not even in it.
A Scarecrow. What do you mean you don't know who that is?
Scarecrow Muse.
Yeah,
I was just getting ready to say that yet too.
So, what's your inspiration for this character?
Yeah. It looks pretty cool though. That's a crazy cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yep, get it. It's awesome. I love it.
One thing I'll mention, I'll go back and talk about Batman for a quick second here, is that When I was reading them, it seemed like I was just blowing through them. The first issue was like, when Chip was doing the book, it was a $4.99 book. It was one of the first DCs that went $4.99, and they were putting a backup story in there, and there was some kind of KO story in the back of Batman 1, and I thought that's why they were charging the extra money, because it's still doing sort of the backups, but it's just a preview of another book. So I went back and did the page count, and it was a 24-page Batman story. So I could just do without the extra pages in the back. One thing that's nice is they all the ads. I don't know if this is a DC thing now or not, but all the ads are at the back, which is sort of like an image thing.
Nice. So it doesn't interrupt the story.
Exactly. But but take the garbage out of the back that I don't care about. It's not even a new backup story. It's just a preview of another book. Take that out and charge less for the book, for crying out loud.
I hate that. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
I hate Yep. It's like you're charging me to advertise for a book that you want me to get that
Right.
I'm not interested in. Right. Yeah.
Hey, I put up a quick list. So yeah, we weren't too far off. Spawn, King Spawn, Gunslinger, The Scorched, Sam and Twitch, Rat City. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So the only one we missed was Red. Well,
And then there's other miniseries stuff, but I don't know when. Oh yeah, The Curse of Shirley Johnson. I think that might be ongoing, or that's another miniseries. So anyway,
what's Rat City?
I don't know. I don't read it.
I didn't know if you knew anything about it. Okay, gotcha.
Let me see what they say about it. A newer edition of the series further expands the street level narrative and character interactions within Spawn mythos. I don't know. It might be up my alley here with Sam and Twitch.
Might be. All right, awesome. Pat, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I've heard about some shadows lurking on the horizon.
Did you guys see? Was that from Karen? Karen's
What?
text about WD-40 water displacement 40th formula. It was the 40th try.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Oh, my time's up.
Pat, you're done.
All right.
We've been knocking it out of the park with gongs today.
Yeah. So Toy Fair's over. I'm surprised that they didn't show some of this stuff at Toy Fair. Coming up April the 6th, we have the release of Maul Shadow Lord on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So of course we got to have some action figure goodness to go along with that, and they showed some figures this week, and that is the first one's up is, and I'm using these pictures from yakface.com. Credit to them. They just had nice graphics already made up where you can see the figure in box, and then the pose out of the box. So I went ahead and just pilfered their graphics from them. So this is just basically a re-release of the last Darth Maul, or Maul. We shouldn't call him Darth Maul anymore. Probably from 2 years ago. I actually picked them up recently at Ross. He's the same exact figure, except they gave him a new cloth cape. So
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first one. The second one is Rook Cast, the Mandalorian. It's sort of Maul's second in command. Next up, we have the 11th brother, one of the Inquisitors.
Not just a little possible tidbit. I think it's cost. If it has
Okay.
if it's any relation to Joda Cost, which is one of my favorite kind of expanded universe characters,
Okay.
which he's also a Mando, so maybe, yeah,
Probably.
she's cool. Okay.
Levitt's brother, I think, has a really cool design. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really great.
Yeah, that does look really great.
I get all these Inquisitors confused. I actually went back and did like a deep dive trying to figure out who was who and who was alive and who was dead. We've already seen him be killed on screen. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's funny.
This is but Maul's a prequel, so yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because all the Inquisitors just like mostly either killed by Darth Vader or Ahsoka. So yeah. Anyway, and the last one is I think the most uninteresting figure, Devin Izara. And she appears to possibly be a Jedi, yet another Jedi that survived Order 66 somehow. Going back in time, I because there wasn't much this week, I pulled this out, which is already sold out. This is from the vintage collection. This is a Mos Eisley set, just because I love this a lot. I didn't get it. There's the figures in package. There they are. There's the back of the pack, and there's the sort of out of package. This is Labria Ariel Schaus. If you remember, he's the Wolfman he was supposed to be in the Cantina.
Yeah.
He's the only one that didn't fund. And they always used to say if stuff didn't get funded in the Kickstarter, you'd never see him again. Well, guess what? Here he is.
There he is.
Cup in hand.
This is perfect for everybody who got the Cantina.
Exactly. Yep. Garandan, who was one of my favorite characters that never got a figure back in the day. And then the big highlight that everybody was talking about is the Wookiee Chowman, who has an interesting history. He was in the Ralph McQuarrie concept art way back in the 70s when he was doing concept art for George Lucas. And he actually, when they made this book called The Adventures of Luke Skywalker about 10 years ago, which went back and through the archives and pulled from all the Ralph McQuarrie art. And there's good old Chowman. He's actually the owner of the Cantina. There he is. You can see him there with the bartender, and there he is trying to figure out the finances for this month.
That's awesome, Pat. Good job. That's awesome.
But I think they did a pretty good job.
Definitely
on his figure here. It is. I love this pack. $75. It was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It sold out. It may pop back up when it actually goes into production and is released, but didn't get it. But I think it's really cool. So I figured I'd mention it.
Are you gonna try? If it comes back up, are you gonna get it?
Sorry.
Probably not.
It's pretty pricey. But,
yeah, I was just gonna say you can get it later for twice that price. I'm sure. Yeah. Maybe more. Yeah, this is awesome. Yep. I totally agree with you, Pat. This is a great pack.
Yeah. And just keep a heads up. This month, the 20th, starts Target Haulathon again this year. So they released the graphic with all their NECA stuff.
One last comment on that, real quick, too, Pat.
Yeah.
So that $75 ain't too bad. That actually wasn't too bad of a price, though, because what would these be individually? It'd be like $15, right?
Yeah, they're in that $15 to $17 range. Who knows these days? Yeah, they keep creeping up.
Anyway, okay, yeah.
Yep.
But it's sold out, so it doesn't even matter, right?
Sold out for now.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. The NECA Haulathon, a lot of stuff we talked about before. You see the topper there. That's the Stan Sakai turtles with Usagi, and I actually had those ready to go for last week until I realized I'd spotlighted them on Toy Fair from last year. So they're finally coming out, and they're going to be on the Haulathon. end cap if your target does the holothon. And you can see, the Pee-wee figure that I talked about last week, and some of the new items from the 2012 Nick Turtles, Tiger Claw, and the Foot Soldiers, and the Super Grover, Pennywise. A lot of the stuff that okay, the one thing I wanted to mention is we talked about Mattel getting the Harry Potter license, but apparently NECA also has a Harry Potter license, because that bottom row of figures is definitely the movie figures of the characters we've seen before based on the movie. So maybe, Kevin, you were right, spot on, thinking maybe Mattel was doing the new HBO series figures. I'm not sure about that yet, though.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. You know what? Just to kind of add on here too, showing Turtles obviously, but last week you were talking about the Turtles Godzilla crossover, right?
Right.
I didn't even realize, this is off topic but on topic, until I was in Target yesterday. Turtles are the latest crossover with Magic too. Mike, did you see that?
I just saw that. It was after. Yeah, I saw it the other day because Pat had highlighted turtle stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I wish I had known that." Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy. Now you can battle with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the Magic universe, Pat. Doesn't that make you want to play Magic even more?
Not really, but I know there's people out there probably pretty excited.
I don't know, man. I saw some pretty funny videos where it's like people playing Magic, and it's like, okay, I'm going to cast Rick from The Walking Dead, and I'm going to add on whatever from Final Fantasy, and then now they can throw in a turtle there, and Spider-Man's going to help them out. I mean, the Magic universe is like just everything now, essentially,
Yeah. Cora saw the Final Fantasy Magic, and she's like, "Why didn't you get those for me?" Like,
so much. That's why so much. Yeah. So
she just wants them for the Final Fantasy aspect, not
right.
the Magic the Gathering part.
Right. Yeah. All right, Pat.
Yeah. The Turtles are crossing over everywhere. In fact, they crossed over to another toy line that I just thought the figures were so horrible I didn't spotlight them. The Turtles are also crossing over with Power Rangers.
Oh wow!
I just didn't like them whatsoever, so I didn't even bother to put them on from Toy Fair.
It'll be cool when one turtle line crosses over with another turtle line. Like, that'll be crazy. It's like crossing the screens. Who knows what'll happen?
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Probably will happen eventually.
What multiple turtle lines? Can you give me an example of what you're talking about, Mike?
Like I don't know, like the animated with the movie line or something like that. They've got the different renditions of turtle action figures based on the comic book or based on.
Sorry, Pat. You get an extra 2 minutes because we hijacked there a little bit. Sorry.
Big time.
That's okay. I only have one more thing, so it works out pretty good. This was announced back in January, and we just got lucky that the full reveal dropped yesterday. And this is another gaming item, Kevin, just for you, and that's King of Tokyo Godzilla. They had Dice Tower do a YouTube video revealing the components. There's the box art, and here we have the characters it comes with. Now, yeah, it's a fully standalone set, reskinned in Godzilla. So, the only problem I had with it is I wish, no offense to the artist, but I wish they would have tapped. There's so much out there. There's so many great Godzilla artists out there. They could have got Matt Frank. They could have got Art Adams. They could have got Jeff Zornow. There's a lot out there that are, just terrific Godzilla artists. And they've apparently used like an in-house gaming artist to do all the artwork. And it's, I don't have a big problem with what I'm seeing here, but they showed a lot of the power-up cards. And I thought they were kind of lackluster. But that's nitpicky, I guess. One of the cool things that they wanted to highlight about this was most of the components instead of using cardboard, they're wooden, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
So this is supposed to come out in this late summer, I believe, is when it's going to hit retail. So
I got questions you might not be able to answer, but
yeah,
is it so? This is obviously a perfect fit for King of Tokyo.
right.
Do you know if it's I know you said it's a standalone, but is it compatible with all the old King of Tokyo?
Oh yeah, I would think so. No problem. Yeah.
And then also I think you used the word reskin or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be the same as obviously a lot of the characters in King of Tokyo are kind of taken from the Godzilla, verse or whatever, So
Yeah, it's basically the same exact game. They just, using Godzilla characters. Same basic setup. I think there is a few little tweaks, like they do with all games where, make it sort of specific to the Godzilla universe. But from what I could see, it had the same, the power-up cards, the energy tokens, everything was pretty much the same.
Man, I enjoy this game a lot, but I don't know if anyone I've introduced this to enjoys it at all. You said you liked it. Did you actually play? I know you bought it, Pat, but did you play it too? Did you say you liked it and you played it?
Oh yeah, we've played it quite a bit. I think the only problem was, we got my brother into it and we started playing with him, and we started doing all of the add-ons, and I started longing for the days of just the simple basic game, quick.
Yeah.
Pick up and
that's
play
definitely
and get
a
done.
thing. Yeah. It's like you get expansion fatigue, not only from it affecting your wallet and space,
right?
But I've definitely done that a couple times where I'm like, let's just play the base game. Let's get back to the basics.
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
great.
We should play this with somebody new so we can just play the basic game.
Yeah. But I enjoy King of Tokyo. Did you ever play this? Did you play with me once, Mike?
No, I haven't played King of Tokyo at all.
It's just such a pretty simple brawl game,
There you go, Pat. I can be the new guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to basics.
Yeah.
But I like this. I'm definitely digging this. Be something that I definitely look at picking up. When did you think it's going to be available, Pat? Sorry.
I think late summer. I think I saw August actually was the date. They talked in the video. They said late summer, but I think I saw August somewhere. I mean, it seems like they could do they could do add-on characters for this as well, forever too. But at the heart of the game, it's a very simple game, and you just have little tweaks for your individual characters, but it all kind of works the same.
Yeah.
So that's it for the Horizon. I'll shadow it back to the main. Here, there you go. I was wearing my classic vintage small shirt.
Oh, nice. I got some vintage Exceller comics going on.
Yeah,
you do. That is vintage. I'm working on a new Exceller t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you were wearing it last week. Actually, we didn't even talk about it, right?
That's my old new one. It messed up. It didn't turn out the way I initially wanted it to, so I still just slapped it together. But I have a new one that I'm prepping.
All right, awesome,
nice.
Yep. So look for that next week.
Yeah, that's the thing we never talked about too. Did you guys see the Spider-Man Noir trailer?
Yes.
I haven't watched the trailer. It's one of those things where I'm afraid to, because in my head I have what I think it'll be, and then you don't want to watch it or do it because it'll fall short. So,
what did you think of it, Pat?
I thought it was interesting.
I think interesting is a pretty good way to put it. I wasn't really feeling it. I hope the show's better than the trailer. That's
what I was afraid of.
Well, you might be like Pat. You might think it's more interesting than I did.
Be interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, all right, awesome. I think that's going to do it for today then. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Pat?
No.
Mike?
Nope. It's fun.
All right, I'm going to add this. I've got a Whatnot show scheduled for this evening. If you want to bookmark that, check it out. All right, I'm going to have a couple giveaways and lots of great stuff. Love to see you there. And until next time, don't forget, appreciating great art is awesome, but reading a great story is also a lot of fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Exceller out.